The sun gives us light, heat, and energy. In short, it gives us life. Mankind has always been aware of the sun's importance. Ancient civilizations worshipped it as the giver of life, and it has been a powerful symbol for cultures across the world for thousands of years. But until recently, we knew very little about it. The discovery that the Earth revolves around the sun rather than the other way around was a turning point in our understanding of the universe. Since then, many people have worked tirelessly to find out more. Today, we know that the sun, which is around 150 million kilometers from the Earth, is a massive ball of gas around which the rest of the solar system orbits. It is made of 92.1% hydrogen and 7.8% helium, and burns at around 15 million degrees Celsius at its core. For millennia, people have harnessed this extraordinary energy. Early societies built their homes to maximize light and heat, and even the earliest farmers knew the extent to which crops and livestock depended on the sun. But more recently, we have developed a different use for solar energy: to produce electricity. For over a century, we have produced most of our electricity using fossil fuels, and today traditional sources such as coal, oil and gas provide 86% of the world's energy. It's a huge industry, and each year we produce 7.6 billion tons of coal and over 34 billion barrels of oil every year. But this supply is about to peak and will soon decline. At the same time, demand for energy is increasing, especially in emerging economies like China and India. In order to meet this growing demand, companies across the world are looking for new energy sources, one of which is the sun. Avra Valley is a large solar farm in Arizona. It stretches across 300 acres of desert and produces 25 megawatts of electricity. At full capacity, Avra Valley can serve more than 20,000 homes, and over the next 25 years, it is hoped the electricity being produced here will offset around 51,500 metric tons of carbon dioxide, which is the equivalent of taking 10,700 cars off the road every year. But how exactly does it work? Avra Valley consists of hundreds of these photovoltaic solar panels. Photovoltaics is the most common way to convert solar energy into electricity. It was first discovered by the French scientist Alexandre Edmond Becquerel when he was just 19, and today's panels are still based on the same fundamental principle. The panels soak up the sun through these silicon sheets, and this creates an electric charge, which is then channeled through these metal conductors. This method is clean and green, but there are some issues, the greatest of which is cost. Harvesting solar energy in this way is very inefficient. Only around 23% of the sun's energy is converted into electricity. By the time it reaches the electricity grid, this will have reduced to a mere 15%, meaning that 85% of the sun's energy is wasted. These panels are also very expensive to produce and maintain, meaning that at the moment, solar-generated electricity is much more expensive than that produced by coal, oil or gas. But things are changing. Over the last few years, the cost of solar panels has reduced by around 70%, and it is due to fall even further in the future. Huge solar plants like Avra Valley can also produce cheaper solar energy thanks to their larger economies of scale, making it much more economically viable for energy companies to buy and sell solar-produced electricity. The sun is by far the greatest source of energy on Earth, but scientists are still working on unlocking its full potential for electricity production. Avra Valley is at the heart of this mission. The workers here hope that if they can produce enough affordable electricity, they can make solar energy a realistic alternative to fossil fuels, helping to create a brighter, cleaner future that we can all enjoy.